Let's just say this is a date.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here. We're in it. We're locked in. They might before to me say.
She's so used to this. She's like, I'm dating both y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking y'all
it's a
both out.
2-on-1. That's what they call it. It's a
cool.
2-on-1.
This lady is.
That's what they call it. Just.
It's a term for that.
It's actually quite normal. It's pretty normal. I take both y'all out. It's cool. Like,
I mean, when you dated 30 minutes one time, this is nothing.
welcome to Iman Amongst Men, powered by Cash App, the show that takes an honest look at what it means to be a man in today's world. We don't shy away from topics other people are too afraid to talk about. We go all the way there. Now let's get it. It pays to get paid on Cash App. Saving doesn't mean letting your money sit and collect dust. Deposit your paycheck at Cash App and you can be earning one of the best interest rates in the game at no cost. Ari, what are your favorite things in life that come at no cost?
You mean besides up to 4.5% interest on Cash App? Probably laughing about dumb we did when we were kids.
Yeah, like the time grandmother had to whip your talking back.
Yeah, and the time she whooped your the same night but with no pants.
Man, yeah, I was hoping we could just forget about that.
Nah, I'll be telling your grandkids about that one.
Deposit your paycheck on Cash App and know you're not paying a cent to watch your money grow. That's money, and that's Cash App. Download Cash App from the App Store or Google Play Store today. Cash App is a financial platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. To earn the highest interest rate on Cash App savings balance, you need to be 18 or older, have a Cash App card, and direct deposit at least $300 monthly into Cash App. Cash App will pass through the portion of the interest in your savings balance held in an account for the benefit of Cash App customers at Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Welcome to Iman Amongst Men, powered by Cash App. I'm Iman Shumpert here with my big brother Ari. Ari, give it what's up to your people.
What's going on, people? Today we got another special guest. She's a media personality, podcaster. First Black Bachelorette. Give it up for Rachel Lindsay, everybody.
Let's get it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm excited.
Nothing messy.
The fact that that's the first thing that you said.
It's always one. It's that one guy.
No. Because that's what y'all be thinking. Like it's fine. You work in social media and all of that. You know that.
He has no clue how that comes across. But
right,
because it shouldn't come off bad.
He's being very. He's just a dad, where it's just like picture your dad that just don't know what he just said.
Okay.
But he really means it. Like he don't like me. Like
okay, good.
He'll unsubscribe and walk off the show his damn self. Like he don't do mess. He don't like it.
Okay, that's
Take
good.
out the topics. He's very clean.
And it's just weird. That's why you just lead off with that. Would you want me to beat around the bush all show?
No,
and then at the end, because we didn't cover it, I'm just like, hey, what about?
I just wasn't expecting that to be the first thing you said.
Word, the little, what is the hot takes that people be taking? The little hot takes. Yeah, that's lame as hell.
Yeah, like why? I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
I wouldn't do that to you.
That's great.
The theme of today's show is going to be agents of change.
Oh,
when you hear that phrase, what does it bring to your mind?
Me? It makes me think of, I'm in a position in my life right now where I'm transitioning professionally and personally. So that's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear that.
Right. As someone who studied law, what do you think you're most passionate about?
Oh, not law right now, to be honest. So I don't practice. I don't practice anymore. And the lawyers will tell you, the people who don't practice, is the best decision that they made, because you're just overworked. I loved being in the courtroom. I loved being in trial, but nobody goes to trial anymore, and all the work you have to do to lead up to it, the pay just isn't there, and it makes you lose your passion. So I shifted in the most dramatic way by going on reality TV. So but I'm not passionate about that anymore either. I would say I'm most passionate right now about doing things that have a purpose, because I feel like for such a long time, I was just doing what I was supposed to do. I was just doing what I told my parents I would do: go to school, go to law school, become a lawyer. And none of that fulfilled me. I was cool with it. I was happy about it, but it just didn't give me purpose. And then once I left and I started creating my own lane and stepping outside of the box, then I felt like I was doing things that meant a lot to me. So I'm passionate about things that, make me feel fulfilled. So that's doing the podcast that I do and talking about, real life things and how they impact the culture, whether that be through politics or current affairs or sports and entertainment. I love helping other people. I love using my platform to uplift and empower women and youth and mentoring. So things like that make me feel passionate. You going. They get me going. Yeah.
Is there like a little person in you that felt like you had a you that was guiding you with some of these topics?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but I felt like for a long time I was ignoring what I really wanted to do because I was too fearful of what other people would say. Because for such a long time, I thought law was the only thing that defined me because I had done it forever. And so, you know, when I speak or I go back and I talk, I always tell people to live the life. You only have one life to live, so live the life that you want to and not do what somebody else is telling you to do, because for such a long time I did that. So if anything, it's that girl that I'm talking to, who was doing what she thought she was supposed to do rather than what she really wanted to do for herself. And the only thing holding me back was fear. I was just afraid of what people were going to say about me.
Why? From having to do all that work and then shifting? I
was a goody two shoes. I'm a middle child. Yeah. We're pleasers.
Me too.
So you get me. Yeah. We like to please.
You're technically like not in the middle. We both, if we mention both of us, then we
middle just means in between other children. That's all.
But you know what? He claimed it. You didn't. So you got to give it.
Because I don't really say a middle child.
Stand up for yourself, young man.
Middle children.
Just stand up for yourself. You could have been like, me too. And it would have been just as.
We like to balance a little bit. We like to please.
I just wanted his terminology to be right. Technically, he's not the middle child. Like, you're so low. Like, that was your moment to shine. I love that
this.
It's crazy.
It's exhausting. I'm exhausted already.
Crazy. Like, it's just, I can't. You know, you just run away with it.
But it's a saying. No, you're running with it. It's just a saying.
It's one older, one younger, and then somebody in the middle, and then you're just.
Middle-ish. You still I get it.
He's ish.
It don't have to just be three.
Ish. But it's just a phrase. Like, it means.
Yeah. So I think that's where it comes from, of just like wanting to do, because I come from a very traditional and pragmatic family where everybody just kind of walks the straight line. And so I was afraid I would disappoint my family if I decided to do something different.
What's their take on it? What was their reaction that you probably anticipated, and then you got something different?
So I tried it a little bit. When I was in college, I was a government major. And I told my dad I was switching to sports management. I love sports. And my dad was like, but can you still go to law school with that? And see, then right there, I was like, oh yeah, I can still go to law school. Like, and I had to do a PowerPoint presentation to prove, like, I love y'all's faces right now. I had to do a PowerPoint presentation to prove to my dad why this was a good major and how I could still apply the law to it and go to law school. Do you see what I'm saying?
We wouldn't have made it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, Pop. I wouldn't have made it, dog.
This is what I was dealing with. So you see my fear now. So when I decided to leave law, I didn't leave it. I just took a sabbatical to do the Bachelor, then Bachelorette. They were cool with the Bachelor. They were like, okay, you know. And I was like, well, Black people don't go far, so I'll probably be only out for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And so after that, my parents were like, okay, well, time to go back to work. And then when I did the Bachelorette, nobody wanted me to do it because they knew I was going to be the first Black lead. And, you know, with being the first, it's an honor, but it's also really scary at the same time. And so they were afraid that people would crucify me. I was going to be presenting myself to an audience that may or may not receive me in a certain way because they hadn't seen anyone who looked like me in this role. So everyone was like, no. And then I did it. It changed my life completely. And now my dad acts like it was his idea.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a father. Wow. That's a father.
Like, remember when I told you how you should?
Bro,
no, I don't.
Get out there and be somebody.
Oh, that's wild.
I told you. That's all you had to do.
I knew it would work. No, I'd still be sitting in my office.
That's crazy.
Staring out the window.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's what you used to be doing at work. Oh, okay.
So
now
about you look brown.
Right. Was in there like, oh, bro, where's lunch? Oh.
Just said that. But it's crazy. In law now, you're right, though. You'll see a lot of just settlements.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
There's so many settlements, and it's when the paperwork load gets to all of that, it's like you going back and forth, negotiations, back. It's like, dog, doing all that is so much paperwork. You got to talk to the courts, all the stuff that people don't want to do when they hire a lawyer. Like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Like,
it's so much
get
money.
A headache. Yeah, they get a headache.
They don't want it. By the time trial hits, it's like, well,
I'm exhausted.
What is it gonna cost?
It's not
for me
even worth it.
And then you might lose, and it might be more. Yeah, people don't go. People don't go.
It's crazy.
But that's when it's fun. It's like that's like game time. It's like you work up practice, and then when you get to go to trial, it's like, that's the game.
Right.
It's so much fun.
Do y'all like I'm just speaking from someone who doesn't know an actual lawyer, but do you guys I always wonder, because like the opening and the closing arguments and all that, how much preparation goes behind that? Like, do you guys
everything?
Do you like work it on like a normal person to ask them like, how does this work? How does this sound?
It depends how big the case is. So I started off doing traffic ticket trials. That was one of my first jobs. And people go to trial, ask for a jury trial for running a red light, speeding. And they want to represent themselves because they think it's like TV, and it's not even that dramatic. So for that, no. I don't even really do an open and close, and I'm like, let's just get to it.
So people really do that? I thought that was just for shows.
No.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, people do that for real, for real.
Yeah,
I've never been in
just
traffic
like
court ahead of
Judge
somebody
Mathis
who
type
just
stuff.
like not going about like a $25 ticket.
Yeah, but you get a trial for it? I mean,
you can call
jury for that?
Yeah, you can call it. At least in Texas, you can call a jury for that, and because that's where I'm licensed to practice. Call a jury. You have to pick a jury and everything. But for me, it's good practice because the stakes are low. If I lose, who cares? But that's where they always tell you win the trial in voir dire is what we call it, where you're picking the jury and you're asking questions and they're getting to know you for the first time. And naturally, people are judging you by how you act, like how knowledgeable you are, how you interact with them. Then it's the opening statement. So when I have a bigger trial and the stakes are higher, we practice with other attorneys. Sometimes we do a mock trial where we do a whole case in front. Like the last trial I did, we did a whole, we hired a focus group and everything because the information was sensitive. And so we wanted to see how people would respond to it. So for that, we fully did a fake trial before we actually went to trial to see if it was worth it.
Damn.
But it's like acting.
Yeah.
Not to diminish the law or anything, but think about it. It's like you're performing in front of these like the judge and the people in the court and the jury, and you're putting on this whole thing, and you're trying to win them over, and you're trying to convince them of what it is that, whoever you're defending.
I've always tried to figure out the law because I'm like, if technically the law is supposed to be upheld by words or whatever, we should be able to do this. You should be able to just type this in. Like, I don't see how performing well, like, you see what I'm saying?
Well, no, what she's saying is like the whole point of it really isn't to like just perform well and convince people, but you're really just trying to get them to be able to not doubt you.
I totally understand
that's
that. I'm just saying
the point.
By law, I just don't see how.
But that's why you can't add it in, because there's always going to be that
there's always
doubt.
a good liar.
But think about a jury.
Exactly. But if he's that good at, locking up every little avenue you got and busting them, it's like you do have to let him go. Like, you can't prove it.
But even if that's true. Think about a jury. It's 12 people who you're trusting with this. You could do everything right and they could still be like,
nope,
I don't like you. Or I believe he looks innocent.
That's
or
so weird.
It is really crazy to think that we trust 12 people with a case.
Emmett Till.
It's just wild. Like, as I be hearing it back, I just like, bro, how does that make sense?
I mean, think about the OJ trial. When when they broke it down, they were like, we were never going to convict him. That's what the jurors were saying. We needed a win. That's what they said.
Don't say that out loud.
No,
it's in the documentary. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. Until I
seen that, I just saw it recently. Until I saw that, I thought I knew. I didn't know what was going on. That was crazy. I'm not like, man.
Oh, what was the presentation that you showed your father? The PowerPoint, do you remember?
It was it was the sports management major. It was the different classes that I would have to take, how I could apply that to real life. At the time, I thought I wanted to be an agent. So I was like showing how I could go to law school, how I could work for an agency, how I could work for a team.
Wow.
So, and then
but
he was
he
like,
made you
okay.
do a real pitch.
Yeah.
He made you, or you
Well,
just,
he was
that's how
paying
you
for
wanted
my
to-
schooling. So it was like, if you're going to change your major,
Show me.
I need to understand how this is going to be worth
And
my
this is
money.
part of your
My dad's a
plan.
great person, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no, that's a
Just very strict.
Oh, trust me. I bet he, all his kids are successful?
Yeah,
See what I'm
yeah.
saying?
We all do
It
different
works.
things. He's a federal judge, so it's like
works.
No, well, but
But it
that's,
works.
That's
People be
I should
saying
start with
important.
that.
Be
Yeah,
like,
that's
well, my dad
important.
made me do this, and my dad made me do that, and woo woo. And I had to graduate.
But it's
I'm
different
like, bro,
if your
I
dad-
would much rather deal with a person that hated school and all that, and got to figure it out at 25 with a raw degree, got all this paid off because they had a good job coming out, and now they just decide, no, I just want to quit.
Yeah.
Like, it's much better to deal with that person that said they didn't do nothing growing up. They got to work their ass off that didn't get no type of coaching from their parents.
Sure.
Like, it'd be a lot of parents that would just be like, oh, you could just quit. And they just quitting at a young age, and now they can't finish nothing. Like, I know plenty of
Yeah.
people like that was like, they was on the basketball team, quit that. Football team, soon as they don't like it, it's just like, psh.
That's
I'm
true.
like, no, you got to push your kid a little bit. So it's like, that's a
I was
good quality.
pushed.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good quality.
And I don't regret.
It's just we
any
was
of
laughing.
it.
Yeah, it's just we was laughing
No,
because
it's
we like, oh,
wild.
bro, a PowerPoint.
It's wild to say that.
Crazy.
Now
Did he
people
make
don't
you?
even use
Did he make you like
PowerPoints.
wear nice clothes and all of that too? Like
don't
be
remember.
all
Probably prepare her
prepared.
for business.
It was-
Clearly, that's why I'm
prepare you
asking.
for
Yeah.
some-
It's like,
remember,
this is a
but
lesson
yes.
that you're gonna learn.
That
now.
was definitely
But
how
he
my
definitely
dad was.
told your ass about the Bachelorette. He told you to.
He told me, now this was all his.
Oh,
it was a
bro.
part of his master. It was like reverse psychology.
Real
Don't
talk.
do it, but he was pushing me to do it, and now
He had to see
because
if
of
you
him,
really
I have
wanted to
all.
do it in your own heart.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
you
see
get
what I'm
him.
saying?
He's a
That's
You
tester.
get him.
He's a tester.
A father.
He's a thinker
That's
too.
a father.
Yeah.
A father for you right there.
No, but he didn't even have to like. There was no beatings involved. Nothing. It's
Oh,
just
no.
like if you're gonna do this,
No.
do it. If not,
Oh, just
all
a little
right.
cow tipping.
Just a little- he is the one that grew up on the farm, though. That's
Oh, I want that for so bad. Like
farm life. That's
yeah.
rough.
No, I mean, it's not gonna be real farm life.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little more.
Still work.
You just
It's
want
gonna
like
be
an
on the
animal or
farm.
two. You don't want.
No, I
like
want a
full-
lot of animals.
Okay. Okay.
I think
it's
like
work
people who
to take care of animals to do
somebody
all-
need a job.
No,
Okay.
What?
Okay.
But this ain't that like
could come get that
50,000 a
job.
year worth of work, something like that. That's a
It's
lot of
gonna
work.
bring in 50,000 a year worth of work.
All right, man.
It's a farm.
You really thought about
Iman's
this.
farms. I don't know. What you gonna farm? Since you thought about it, what you gonna?
Strawberries, peaches,
Oh, so we're doing produce. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Even
So-
tougher.
eggs. You gotta get some chickens. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Have some eggs. We'll have a real chicken. You can have.
It's gonna be free range or just
free
normal?
range. Free range. I'm gonna let them rock around. They can rock around. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
we'll
I'll
see.
keep them within the parameter or whatever. But yeah, that'll be smooth. I figured some cattle. You know.
What kind?
Don't know.
He gonna buy a cow.
Horses. You feel me? Like we gotta have some horses. We gotta let some
This
people
sounds
put
like
a
a
stable.
great ranch.
Put a stable. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She gets it.
He ain't gonna like it once he sees the maintenance.
I'm not gonna be working on it though.
Nah,
I
but-
think y'all keep thinking of me.
No,
like
no,
the
no, 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 no.
lumberjack.
Even
I
if
did.
you're not working,
I did.
but
You know
even
what I'm
if you're
saying?
not
like
working,
the
oh yeah, I
overalls
know
with
he's
the
not working.
straw, like,
I know
no
he's not
hat.
working.
I'm not from Texas.
But
I
what
can't
if you
do the
gotta do
boots.
like
Oh,
the
you're not even
grimy?
that's the part?
I'll do Timberlands.
No, you can't get it done there.
That's not the part.
Yeah,
What you
can't.
mean? What's wrong? What time out though? What
Cause-
You
makes
need boots.
You need boots. Like it's a reason cowboy boots have their own boots. It's because that
boots have their own boots?
cowboys have their own boots. It's because you need that for like if one of them animals kick you, if something run over your foot. I've seen all types
Oh,
of
it's
crazy.
like protective.
Yeah.
thing that goes on. And
Yeah, you don't want Tim's.
on. She
Yeah,
looked
no,
at
have
me
him
like,
go out
bro,
there and
try
get
it
his
if you
toes
want.
broke. Yeah, go out there and one kick. Yo.
Hey, but I got a dream. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna, get a big farmland. I'm gonna grow some, and I'm gonna go to the grocery store and be like, y'all pay me for this because this better than y'all. That was my dream to do like that. I would like to bully the grocery store that way.
Oh, that's
I'll be y'all devil.
he's got a conspiracy to bully out the
Not a
grocery store.
conspiracy.
I support
it's just,
this.
I feel
Oh,
like
you support it?
Yeah.
Get
I
behind
feel
it then.
like
Get behind
I
it.
feel like the strawberries that we can develop on our farm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll be a little closer to what we're supposed to see than whatever the hell they doing in there.
Oh, you're one of those people concerned about the color of the
I'm just saying, why can't at least I keep an eye on it. At least I could make sure at least my neighborhood grocery store cool. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? At least we cool. Like, I don't know what y'all eating. I don't know what the world is getting, but I know we could stay somewhere in the realm of being correct over here. You got to start hanging with more farmers, Joe. People that grew up on farms.
Oh, you hang around farmers now?
I just be talking to, thinking about planning stuff, and you gotta holler at them, Joe.
Well, you got a lawyer.
Babe.
Look,
we'll talk. We'll talk.
I thought you were gonna say a farmer.
Right? She's like, dog. I grew up on the farm. Cow tipping. Like,
right? She gonna tip your cows?
Oh, bro, don't sleep. What made you decide that you wanted to be a sports agent?
I love sports. Growing up, big football fan. And that's how I connected with my dad, because there's 3 girls. I was kind of the tomboy, and it was a way for us to just relate to one another. And then I just thought, when I went to school, I learned about sports management. And I was like, oh, I could actually major in something that's an interest of mine, because government was terrible. I thought it was so boring. And so when I learned about it, I was like, this is everything I like to do. It's sports and talking, it's sports and writing, it's sports business, sports legal. And that's why I ended up switching. And then I went and I worked for an agency. I went to University of Texas, and I went and worked for an agency in Austin, and I hated it.
Oh.
I was like, it was really the athletes that I was like,
what happened?
People like him.
I just don't know. It was a lot. There was a lot of,
That's bad if somebody come to your office like.
I didn't say that. There was just a lot of, it's not what I thought it was. How about that? There was a lot of like babysitting that I wasn't really down for. And then being a woman coming in, I'll say once I became an attorney, there was a lot more respect, because I worked for the NBA league office, and then I worked for, not as a lawyer, but then I worked for the Bucks as a lawyer. Like, I was a law student. It was different, but coming out of college, it was not what I thought. And that could have just been the job that they were giving me. It was kind of like a lot of like, do this for them, do that. And I thought, if this is what it's about, it's not really for me. So I switched it up.
If I could speak on the basketball side of it, we used to look at new people like, damn, I feel like they're loading them up with work to see if
they could do it.
Yeah, just to see if they'll crack. Like, do you really want to do this job? Because they don't even want you to open the next door to get close to the players if you can't handle it. Like, they like, bro, somebody could break their hand, and we gotta do all this stuff out of high direct. We ain't got time for you to be shocked that you seen Melo today. Like, he on the team.
And it's not that I cracked. I did deal with the players. It's not that I cracked. I dealt with the players.
You just was like, oh,
but
no.
I just was like, nah, this isn't really what.
What was it though about like you mean babysitting? Like, what does that mean?
Running a lot of air. Like, I felt like an assistant more than I felt like I was getting to do work. Because I was trying to go to law school. I was headed somewhere. So I thought more, it'd be different if the person I was working for was telling me to do stuff so I could learn under them. But it just more, I was almost like an assistant.
Right.
And it was football, not basketball. So,
look.
Stand down.
No, I'm talking to you. We don't even move like that.
Don't want to say it's the NBA.
We don't even move like that. See what I'm saying?
No.
It's 50 of them. It's harder to babysit.
And it was
you got to
cycling.
babysit 50 people.
Cycling?
They did a lot of cycling.
What?
Cycling, and it was football.
Cycling contracts?
It was, so the company that I worked for represented Lance Armstrong. Yeah.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
But it wasn't him. I was on the football side.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dope. Mm-hmm. A cycler, what do their contracts look like?
Never got there.
They had you running errands in the cycling world
No.
I was about to say that.
It was.
No, she's saying that's the problem.
They had just built the football division, and I came in.
She's saying that's the problem. They didn't include her on the contracts and all that, so she left. She said, "Y'all don't give me none of that. I'm gone." I feel it. She want to go to trial.
I wanted to learn. I wanted to work.
With y'all.
And she did the
settling.
She did the PowerPoint to get to school and went through school, and then now she done got here. Now y'all want to play around with my time?
If I had to tell my dad that I went to go get lunch, yeah, come on.
A father. Do you look at sports differently now that you've worked in it?
No. If anything, because I've worked in it on different levels. So when I was at Texas, I worked in the information department. So I wrote a lot of articles and online. I would interview players. I loved that. At basketball games, I was like the person who would get the stats and I would pass them out, and I'd be at the post game at the press conference, like doing the microphone, so I got to see how reporters ask questions and all of that. I love that. When I worked for the NBA, I worked in events and attractions, and I was an intern in New York. I love that. I could see how events were started from beginning to end, and I got to work with the talent, and that was great. When I worked for the Bucks, I did look at contracts, but more contracts with intellectual property. So with somebody that was licensing jerseys, or what else did I do? Or just brand deals. I did a lot of endorsements, sponsorships like that. So that was cool.
Right.
That was cool. So it didn't, if anything, it made me have an appreciation because I got to see all the behind the scenes, which is what I always wanted.
Right.
I wanted to be behind the scenes when it came to sports. And then actually when I went to move to the Bachelorette, after that I started working for ESPN doing radio for the NFL or NFL radio show.
That's dope. Do you have like a radio voice?
I think I do. Like I feel like I have a very soothing voice.
This is
a lot of people ask me if I can sing.
Yeah,
this is the podcast voice.
She's gonna calm us down.
This is my normal voice.
No, that one changed. That's what I'm saying. There's two different voices. See, she got about 5 of them in her chamber. Oh, bro, she got 5 in the chamber.
What do you mean?
Yeah. You got the radio like taglines ready. Like, can you do that? You know how you had football shows.
What do you mean taglines?
I don't know. Like how you say first down.
I didn't call games.
Oh, okay.
So we did a recap. So I had the night show. And so we would recap like the games from the afternoon.
We would do the kind of connect with your listeners. Your listeners, what you call you?
More like the highlights. The highlights.
Yeah.
We give opinions.
More like Scott Van Pelt, who does sports.
Yeah. SVP. Like SVP or.
I hate when you do that. You just name it.
Please, no, hold on. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
Like,
he didn't say Johnny Red, Kerr, none of that.
Cause he don't do that. He's rated.
No, I'm saying you didn't name somebody that I know.
She said it's not an analysis.
No, I got it. I'm talking about the taglines. The taglines, like
she don't have to do a tagline because the show really isn't hers. She's just making reports for it.
I get it now. I got you. I just wanted to know if she had taglines. I feel like she already changed her voice. She already completely changed her voice.
Run the tape back. I did not change her voice.
Her voice just switched up completely for that radio.
Yeah,
bro, that's soft spoken. I gotta.
She does late night radio.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, I did switch from that to do sports talk, and it was late.
Yeah,
it was late.
And did you talk like
that after 5 voice?
You have to talk like that.
Yeah.
But don't nobody want to hear too much after that. After the game over, you want to take it down a notch. That's a nice way.
Yeah, no arguing or nothing like that.
That's
smooth.
Smoothing.
Yeah.
You might want to go back to doing that.
Should I?
Would much rather hear you than a lot of other people. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna recap the game, baby, go on here, baby. Tell me what happened.
In a soothing voice.
Oh, bros, let me sit down and close my eyes. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. Who won? Who messed up my money tonight?
Or just call the whole game.
I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, or just call the whole game like that as a recap.
Just call me down and let me know who didn't hit. Who didn't hit my
Y'all might be onto something here.
Bro, let me know. I think in sports though, I think there's like so many people that have this myth. So I just want to bury this myth while we on this subject.
Oh God.
People have this myth of like, once you're in the leagues, like there's like this behind the scenes thing that's going on where it's like y'all had to win that year. They made sure y'all won. And I just want y'all to know, y'all, no, it ain't none of that. You get your bus out here in the NBA. I don't know what leagues that y'all in where they could orchestrate somebody winning. Yeah, this ain't rigged. Klay Thompson running around shooting threes from every question. It ain't rigged. How you gonna rig that? They talking about what? You gonna deflate the ball? Deflate it. You still got to put it in the rim. Dude.
Donahue.
Huh?
Donahue.
I'm just saying.
Donahue.
I just want to bury the myth once and for all. I don't know what y'all be watching.
I'm just saying though.
Anthony Edwards is really doing that.
Y'all seen Blue Chips?
You know, people love to believe in conspiracy theories. That's
Ain't
really
no
what it is.
conspiracy going
That's all
on.
it is.
Especially if your team lost.
Kyrie Irving is
something.
really doing that.
Yeah, no.
Luka is really doing that. It's live. It ain't fake. Ain't no magnet in the ball. Ain't none of that.
Oh, no.
I don't
wild.
like that because it takes out the competitive nature
It's
of being
like,
an athlete. Like if you're really an athlete, then you compete, right? You want to compete. You don't want to just like be out there playing games. That's at least how I look.
Oh no, for
I look
sure.
at.
That's the Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Practice. Talking about practice, bro. Not a game. Not the
That's
game.
the Sherm Edwards. Like, you play to win the game.
Straight up. That's the only reason we play.
Like, you don't just play to be playing.
What's going on in sports right now that you would change from a legal standpoint?
From
Butt
a
back in.
legal standpoint,
Yeah, stick your nose back in. Let's go.
I mean, I would have said that. I would have talked about NIL. You know, that's what I would have said. Athletes should be collegiate athletes should be paid for their name, likeness, and image. I would have said that.
From the NCAA?
Yeah. And, well, not necessarily from the NCAA. They should be able to make money. So now the NCAA is paying them. But before they had the collectives where, you know, you could just create anything and, you know, give them a sponsorship deal and they can make
Wait a
money.
minute, so they are getting paid from the NCAA?
Yeah, they're giving them like, I didn't even really read it. It's like a 2.79, don't quote me on the exact number, $1 billion that they're giving back to, I don't know who it's going to, but the NCAA is paying something. I do not want to quote this wrong, but they're paying something.
Whoa, y'all getting paid from the NCAA? I thought it was just
That's right,
outside
right?
deals.
They're getting
I thought,
something.
I thought if you could hoop or you could play football well, I thought you could just get a deal with like you can now have Dre Beats sponsor.
That was first.
They
now
took it up another notch.
Well,
This
because
is what we were
that wasn't
talking
coming
about,
from the
remember?
NCAA. Now this is different.
I know the people like a couple years before
That's
us
in
is
effect
just
right now.
So
I don't know if it's
pissed.
in effect,
So it's going to be.
but
though,
it
in the
will
future.
be if it's not.
All right.
There's so much money
I
coming.
want to settle
bro.
something real quick. We had a show with, remember Kevon Thibodeau? And remember, we had a whole argument about that.
Yep.
Even he was just like, that's the answer to it. We had an argument about, you know, the lower tier players. Like, you
Copy.
know about the
Copy.
top, you know,
How do you
15.
take care of them?
How do you take care of the lower tier players? And it's like, what do you base it on? Like, what type of numbers do you
Now we have it.
draft it with? That's what's going
NCAA.
to solve it.
It's yes.
NCAA have to do this now. Everybody's equal. We all
No, not
No,
equal.
they won't be
It won't
equal.
be equal, but it's
Oh,
based
it's
on
still
a
not
metric.
equal.
It's still clearly they came up with a metric that everybody agrees with. So it's like, you know, offensive linemen can probably get this, defensive players get this. You know, kind of like tapping it out.
That's not cool.
I don't know the specifics. I just know
I feel like you should
that-
everybody should get the same thing in college. Bow. If you get something on the side though, that's because you roll. If you the juice, you the juice. You see what I'm saying? If mine's gonna get a Gatorade on the side or something like that, yeah, you getting your dig over there.
You don't
but-
know how much it costs.
Huh?
You don't know how much that costs
What?
to make sure everybody get the same amount.
Y'all already put what she just said? 2 point something billion?
But it might be more to give everybody
Oh,
the
million.
same
You
amount.
said million or billion?
Billion.
That's what I'm saying.
billion.
Right, but I'm saying they might
I
have
was
to
gonna
give
say
more.
you said million. Now I'm tweaking.
You might have to give more because you got to pay more people. So that's when it comes back to the
So-
whole conversation. What amount is everybody going to agree they
You
should
got to
get?
start asking NFL how much they love college sports. Let that trickle down from the NFL. Give them a little change.
You just keep
Then
on
they
the
got to
beer
figure out
another
which
rabbit
schools
hole.
are going to get
Or
them.
the
You
beer
know what I mean?
company.
Because
Yeah, because some schools are going to come back like, hey, like we got, you know, bigger production players than these other schools. Like, why they getting paid the same as him? And they can make an argument for it.
Dang, it get real sticky.
exactly. They got to figure out a way to regulate. I mean, even before that decision came out, whatever it is, we don't know the specifics. They got to figure out a way to regulate it. Just like so many people are jumping into free agency, so many people are getting money from here. So many, they definitely should be getting paid. Now it's kind of like the wild, wild
It's wild.
west.
Well, yeah, it is because you need to find. Basically, they need to find who to. You know, basically, they're trying to find out who and how much to regulate the money with. But
Yeah.
there's no metric. Like there's nothing that shows you. All right, this is what happened when we did this. It didn't work. Versus, you know, basically doing the wild,
Just
wild
really
west. Like
college athletes driving Lambos.
Oh man,
It's
the Caleb Williams dude had like a high rise and downtown, and it was just like, huh? Like you living better than your people now? It's wild.
But they do make so much money off of them.
They do, but I feel like this is kind of another, twisted version of corruption.
Wow.
Because you're giving them the money really quickly. I get it, they're earning it. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for their psyche, like a lot of, and you hear about a lot of players.
Remember we had that other point that what about all the college players that is just gonna be good in college? They got a 4-year window to make money, bro. They a 6'3", 4-man, but it look good in college. He's 6'4", but he a 4-man and he big, but he can't do. You ain't bringing that to the league. Like be like, he undersized at that position. Unless he can learn to play two, like we ain't gonna play him.
But somebody like that isn't gonna be earning, $2 or $3 million like
how
this
dude
doing.
That's what's happening.
No, he's not gonna do that in college and then not be drafted.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? He'll get a chance. It's just for the people who know they're not about to get a chance.
I just like it. I don't think it's too early because I've seen injury. I've had major injury.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like it is fair because they run the risk of that injury even in college. So they do deserve to get paid.
But does that mean, like, I get, on your heart that's how you feel, but does that mean like were they gonna actually earn that in the future?
Was the school gonna earn that? True,
but it's a collective. Like y'all kind of sign up for that. It's kind of weird.
You bogus.
No. I'm not saying it's right because it's like you forcing somebody to do that. That's what I feel like the NCAA just does. Like they enforce rules because they know this is the only avenue for me to get to the next level.
You want to be a lawyer with you?
No, I don't.
You could do it.
I don't.
I see it. I see it for you.
That's a lawyer.
It's only 3 years.
Lying to this man, that's a great lawyer. Doing a great job.
Why everybody think lawyers lie?
What? If they don't, they not trying to win. I wouldn't want a lawyer that can't lie. You better be able to lie.
I'm sure you can lie, but a better lawyer will find a way to get it done without having to lie.
Yeah, but you still got to lie.
And I seen it. No. I seen
Manipulate?
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the tricky line you play with.
That's her line right there.
Oh, that's
saying yes. Like I'm a manipulator. Yeah, that's the finesse right there.
Wow.
Because there's a word that says I didn't lie.
Yeah.
I told the truth. I just manipulated it.
We know why you had to get out the game.
Legally,
Legally,
that could slide. Yeah. I like the English dictionary though. If you could really play with that thesaurus, bro, you really could get a lot of places in this world. I ain't gonna lie, like the
play with that thesaurus.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on. That somehow that sound crazy now, right?
No, I thought you said thesaurus. Did you say that?
Thesaurus.
Yeah.
Oh, you said thesaurus. Okay.
No.
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Huh?
Yeah.
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Why you keep saying? Am I saying it wrong? Why you?
No. I was saying.
Oh, you was making sure I was saying that.
If you let me just tell you, I was telling you. That I thought you said it was wrong.
I started questioning the way I was
that's what I said. Let me keep saying it. I start sounding this out. I'm trying to see it in my mind.
That's what I thought you said. I was about to correct you. You had it right.
Yeah, me feeling like I'm done. It pays to get paid on Cash App. Saving doesn't mean letting your money sit and collect dust. Deposit your paycheck at Cash App and you can be earning one of the best interest rates in the game at no cost. All right, what are your favorite things in life that come at no cost?
You mean besides up to 4.5% interest on Cash App? Probably laughing about dumb we did when we were kids.
Yeah, like the time grandmother had to whip your talking back.
Yeah, and the time she whooped your the same night but with no pants.
Man, yeah, I was hoping we could just forget about that.
Nah, I'll be telling your grandkids about that one.
Deposit your paycheck on Cash App and know you're not paying a cent to watch your money grow. That's money, and that's Cash App. Download Cash App from the App Store or Google Play Store today. Cash App is a financial platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. To earn the highest interest rate on Cash App savings balance, you need to be 18 or older, have a Cash App card, and direct deposit at least $300 monthly into Cash App. Cash App will pass through the portion of the interest in your savings balance held in an account for the benefit of Cash App customers at Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC. I was on a reality show, College Hill. I was also on Dancing with the Stars. You being a part of the Bachelor franchise. Mm-hmm. you had to do a PowerPoint presentation just to switch majors, or switch career paths. And what's that like now, going to the spotlight and having your likeness be your lead foot in whatever you're doing?
Yeah, it's crazy because one, I didn't watch the show before. I don't know if that hurt me or helped me, because I wasn't trying to be like somebody else. I just went in, but there was so much that I didn't know. So like one thing I didn't know is that I don't have my phone. I don't know if College Hill was like that for you.
No,
we have no
absolutely not.
You had your phone?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so we have no phone, no TV, no internet.
Yeah, no, I got 2 kids.
So you're completely cut off. So what they would do in that situation, if I had kids, they would have been like, we'll allow you to talk to your kids on FaceTime, but you have to have a producer in there to make sure that they're not letting you know what's happening outside. So it's total, to use the word, manipulation all over again. I didn't know that. So coming in, you're completely taken away from everything that you know, and you're thrown into this bubble. I wasn't ready for that. So when you talk about it, or to your question, I was put in a completely different world where I only could lean on myself. That's the only thing I knew. I didn't know these producers. I didn't know the show. I didn't know these people I was sharing this house with. I didn't know the Bachelor himself. So it's a crazy situation. I think that, well, is that your question? I can't remember exactly what it was.
No. It's just, I'm saying, just coming from, something structured and then coming into something where it's like, now people gotta like you. You know what I'm saying? People have to
I didn't care about that. I really wouldn't. So I also came in at 31 when I did the show. So I had lived through my 20s. I had been practicing for years. I didn't care about making friends. I didn't think the guy was gonna like me. I just kind of was trying to escape my reality. And then the first night, I fell into it. Like I completely was all in. I was like, oh, maybe I could like this guy, or, oh, these people are actually really cool, or maybe it's not quite what I thought it was. Experience. I fell into the experience. And I think, to be honest, that's the only way in The Bachelor you can be successful, is if you completely immerse yourself into it. Because I was trying to overthink it. I was trying to control everything. I was being, like, the first night, people get drunk. You're up all night.
I didn't know about that.
You're coming out. So the rules have changed since my season, because there was a scandal. But you come out the limo. You meet the guy. He's standing in front of the house. There are all these cameras in the background, and the mansion's there, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. So you go up, you say something cute, cheeky. Some people come out in a costume, some people do the most.
Wild. Yeah, come out in like a shark costume. Yeah, I don't know what she thought she was doing.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yep. Oh, man.
That's my girl.
No disrespect
Shout
to
out
her
to Alexis.
Yeah, but she hopped out that joint. I'm just like, what?
She turned out to be one of the coolest people on the show.
Why she get out in the shark fit?
Because that's just how she roll. Yeah, that's how she roll.
There are 30 women. People, they'll tell you, if you don't think you'll stand out just by you or what you have to say, then do something big so he can remember you or she can remember you. Because you're meeting so many people. It's happening so fast. It starts at like 7:30 at night. It goes till 8 in the morning. It's just a wild experience. So
Why does it go till 8 in the morning?
Because you have to talk to everybody. They have to set certain things up. It's the longest night because it's the most people. Right. And then you have to do the rose ceremony. We pass out the roses. And
that's all in one night.
It's all in one night.
Jesus.
And so you sleep all day, you get ready, and you go do this. And they want it at night because they want the look of, yeah. They want it to start, so they have to wait till the sun goes down to even start. But it's a crazy experience because you have to trust yourself. It was the best thing, but also one of the scariest things that I've ever done. But I remember before I left, my mom was like, trust your gut. And that's the only thing that I relied on throughout it. And it led me, I made it to top 3 in the show before I was out. And then the same thing when I was the Bachelorette. I was just like, all I can do is depend on myself. I can't talk to my friends. I can't talk to my mom. I just got to trust me. Not necessarily the people, but just fall into the process and lean into it and believe like what's going to happen is going to happen.
I don't know. Like, I guess I see the same thing where people can do a character.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you give me a script, I can do the character. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if you're going to say it's my name, like I don't have a character name that goes up. Like, if it's my name, it's just tough to just I guess, make me be a part of the antics. So I had that.
Same.
Just that ground, like, I'm not leaving this little box I got right here. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, though. Like, I'm not knocking y'all.
Buy in.
People was asking me, they like, bro, that you was cool with that. Like, I'm like, bro, you can do whatever you want over there. I'm not worried about it. I could defend myself. I know how to speak to people. I could tell somebody no in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If y'all want to rip up the contract after I say I'm not doing it, we just ripping up. Like... But it's certain stuff that it's like, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to say this. Like, they'll ask you to re-say stuff. That bothers me. I don't like that.
I didn't have that.
Oh, they let you run.
Yeah.
Everything you said, but when they like, for them, like, they'll be like, we're going to reshoot that. Just say it again. And
No.
they'd be like, go.
Yeah, that's weird.
That would drive me crazy.
I'd be like, bro,
That's
I said it. I did. I think I got it. I think we got it.
So it's so different because let's just say this is a date.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here. We're in it. We're locked in. They might before to me say.
She's so used to this. She's like, I'm dating both y'all. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
taking
a
y'all both out.
2-on-1. That's what they call it. It's a 2-on-1.
This lady's.
As they call it. Just
That's a term for that. You want to know it?
Sure.
You want to know
It's
it?
actually quite
I'll
normal.
just tell you. I'll just tell you.
Pretty normal. I take both y'all out. It's cool. Like,
I mean, when you dated 30 minutes one time, this is nothing.
I wasn't going to be messy, but you said it. Yeah,
This
you
is
said
nothing.
it.
It's already out there.
got it.
So we would just be talking. They might say to me like, hey, one of them really wants to talk about what it was like growing up wherever, or one of them. So I might ask a question that prompts you to talk about whatever it is you want to. And then the conversation goes. Cameras aren't up in your face. They just let you talk.
Just let you go.
They won't come up and say, okay, maybe now you could ask this. That's not the kind of show it is.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to y'all for doing that.
Yeah.
Because here and there in these other shows, they get, hey, Iman, do you think you could say that? Nope. I cannot. I will not say it again. It came
I'd
out
walk off.
authentic the first time.
I'd have walked off. Like, I'm not faking the funk, bro.
It's not, but it's not really fake. That's what I be telling people.
Right, but what if I'm mad or if I'm feeling a certain way?
No, they gonna let
and
that
now
rock. That's must see TV.
Yeah,
You get mad on that. They gonna keep that. You hear me? Don't even try and do a redo of that because they keeping the first one. But when you do something like, say you say something, or you just did this something very normal to you, like somebody needed help, or something, you go downstairs, you help them real quick, and they come in just a little too late to catch it with a good freehand camera. So they like, yo, like, can you go? Because that was a moment that they want to portray to the
how
people.
you went and go picked up that laundry. Can you go
Type
up there?
Like you saw how you went up there and you grabbed her laundry out for, and I'm like, bro, I had to put my laundry in. So I moved her to the side. I put it into your dig, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't fold nothing but the towels, brother. Like, I didn't do nothing. Like,
See, there would have been a camera there.
so regular to me, but he like, yo, no, we need to run that back. Do that again.
We had
'cause
cameras everywhere.
That's too much.
Not up where, so if we're in the mansion, there are no cameras where you live. There are no cameras where you go to the bathroom, where you change, none of that.
Right.
But the rest of the house,
so
there's always a camera nearby and you're always mic'd. So
wait, like a freehand camera?
yeah, there's so
or
many
like
cameras.
hidden cameras?
No hidden cameras. We didn't do, at least I don't remember that.
Oh Lord.
Nothing aired that was hidden. No hidden cameras.
Lord, don't worry.
No
I'm
hidden
not
cameras.
making any accusations.
We went over a contract.
But I
Don't worry.
also, no, that contract was wild. But I also was like you. I was like, well, I got to go back to my firm. I'm representing this. Like, I can't be
I don't
anybody
gotta do
but
all the
me.
extra stuff.
Yeah. There are other people that they would kind of incite to be like, maybe you should go have this conversation with her, or
Turn
maybe you
this
should
up
go
a
do
notch.
this, or maybe you should put your shark
Saying
costume
they
on and
just didn't
swim in
play
the pool.
So they just didn't play with you.
They didn't play with me like that.
Exactly.
You know why? Because I learned later that they knew that if he didn't pick me, they wanted me to be the Bachelorette. I didn't feel that when I was filming. Again, I didn't know anything. But they also were like, let's just, let her do her thing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
knew they had it in the works for you. That's dope.
They always do.
That's dope.
They always do.
That's dope. Most interesting thing you learned about yourself when you saw yourself on TV?
Oof. Nobody's ever asked me that question before. Most interesting thing.
Brought to you by Cash App.
Most interesting I learned. I don't know if I learned this about myself. Before I went on the show, even though I was going on a love show, I didn't think I was romantic or that I was a hopeless romantic or I even really cared about that. And then watching myself on TV, I was like, oh no, you're really into this. I really would get excited and giddy at things that would happen. I thought I was kind of like, I don't want to say too cool, but just, I don't know. I just thought that wasn't me. I would have never described myself that way. But then I think to have to go on a show like that, you have to believe that those things can happen for you. And as I watched myself play out, particularly on The Bachelorette, I was like, no, you really like this. You would want this for yourself. Yeah.
So you kind of saw the innocence in it. Like, oh, that's dope. Like,
and that I desired it. And that I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was really interesting to see.
I say the thing I noticed about me on tape is like, one, I know I'm my dad's kid. When I look on the thing, I'll be like, damn, I used to like look at my dad crazy for doing stuff like that. Like, why you gotta be so on me? Or why you gotta, and then I'll see myself do it and be like, damn, I picked that right up from dude. Like, can't even turn it off. Like, it's just funny now. But the other thing I notice is I'm very, like, I'll notice myself doing stuff like when I talk. Like, I learned your
mannerisms?
Yeah, like I learned that I talk out the side of my face. And when I do that, people think I'm being aggressive. Like, they'll think I'm being combative, or I'll have like, you may say something to me and I'll be turning around to look at you, but I may just not have a bubbly face about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not mad. I'm just looking. Like, when you deal with me on the day-to-day, you know me, you just like, oh, whatever. But I was like, on camera sometimes that read kind of crazy. I'm like, damn, that look wild. Like, I do look like I'm irritated, but I swear I wasn't thinking nothing. I wasn't thinking anything at all. But sometimes I'll just be sitting there and people will say something and I'll be like, bro, why you doing that? Like, what you mad at? Yeah, I'll look upset. Or I'll be talking to somebody and I'll get into it and I'll be doing this. And I'm like, damn, I saw them on camera look at me and their whole changed. The moment my cocked to the side, they like, oh, he mad. And they like right away are like, yo, I don't want to. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even mad. Like, why are you making me seem like a mad black guy? Like,
so do you not do that anymore now that you notice that about yourself?
I'm working on myself.
Okay.
So they got proof and he didn't.
I'm working on myself.
Yeah, they got proof.
Every day.
That's why.
Every day.
That's always a great
you know
thing.
what I'm saying? That's all I could do. One foot in front of the other every day. Every day. All right, what do you notice about yourself on tape? You be on tape
Nothing
now.
like that.
You got footage now.
No, I just squint a lot. You got. It's the only thing. It gets on my nerves, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, true. I got little eyes too. It's a birth defect. You do
Is that true?
You do red
No.
See, I noticed.
Next. Is that true?
I have to come back. I have to think about that.
If you hold it for long enough, though, people gotta believe that.
Yeah.
Why
Then I
would
was
you
like,
want
but then
people
my
to
thought
believe?
was, well, I got big eyes, so I guess I'm good.
I'm a performer. Gotta perform.
No.
I could be your lawyer. Put your life on the line, brother.
No.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You do red carpets, host a podcast, you do sports. Which one do you enjoy the most?
Sports. I do. And I don't even do any sports right now. I mean, let me
You
take
threw
that
your
back.
arms out. Was that basketball? What was that?
Was that supposed to be
I don't know what it was. It seemed like it
You
was
know,
like
recently-
insinuation of like.
Podcasting is, well, I'll say this. I'm going to bring
She
it
do
back to
that before she
basketball
tipped the
because it's
cow.
something I
Feel me?
said.
I just didn't know what, like, it could have
Tip
been.
the cow. No, that's what she do that.
Like, was it a reverse? Like, where she?
That's like
is
this.
Is it the Kyrie package? Like, is it?
I don't know, but I love that's what I was given because I'm going to tell you something I just said on my podcast recently. Podcasting is my favorite thing to do. I thought TV was all I wanted. I wanted to be on The View which I've done. I wanted to do First Take, which I used to fill in for Molly. Like that's all I wanted to do. And then I started doing podcasting and I was like, I love the freedom in this. I love how liberating it is. Yeah. It just feels like you just pulling up to the table. Or at least that's how I want people to feel. And that's how I feel with y'all right now. It's also how you get loose and say things you're not supposed to, but whatever, you can edit it out.
We aren't messy. That's why I told you. No, look, that's why I said it. Yeah, that's why I said it.
See how clean this table is.
On the podcast recently, it's funny you say that I was like doing like a basketball move or something. I said that I felt like in my prime as a basketball player, I could hold Caitlin Clark to 15 points.
How y'all doing, Caitlin?
Listen. Yeah, why, Jim? Hey, listen, brought to you by Cash App. I need y'all to know, hey, man, let's pick somebody else, man. Y'all leave that lady out of this.
No, but that was part of the discussion. I was like, I mean, no disrespect. I'm not talking about her game.
She means disrespect. That's what I'm saying.
We were talking about people. We were talking about how people handle her in the media and all these people who've come to her defense.
Oh, yeah.
And them saying that like WNBA players are treating her bad. I'm like, no, they're not. It's a part of the game. Like they're
competition.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, they're talking about the rough fouls. And
I'm like, I mean, it's just a part of the game, right? And then she was saying the same thing.
No, I saw what they did. To me, that's a nod. Like that means she's doing so
she's
much.
A rookie.
We got it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
At least getting away from
that
rookie.
happens all the time.
At least getting away.
So we were having that conversation, and then my co-host was like, "You think?" He was like, "What kind of player were you?" I was like, "Oh, I was very scrappy. I was a really, really good defensive player." Yeah.
I'm the one roughing her.
You think you could hold Caitlin? You think you could guard Caitlin? I was like, "Yeah."
See, that was an easy yeah. That was a yes.
But would I not be an athlete former?
For sure.
If I didn't have that kind of confidence in myself,
without a doubt.
Slight delusion.
Slight delusion.
Delusion is that line. That's where it get tricky. You take delusion in front of Caitlin Clark.
I didn't say this made sense.
Exactly.
I'm just saying,
delusion out there. You want to.
You can't challenge me on. I'm not in my prime anymore. I'm just saying,
this is hypothetical people.
Back in the day, I believe.
But you was a hooper.
Yeah.
What position?
Right. Talk to me.
Okay, so I played.
Like that.
I was like a 2.
Okay.
But I went to a small private school. Again, I was good on defense.
Copy.
So I played post because now did I put up points? No, not in that position.
Right.
But I was a really, really good defender.
Wait a minute, how'd you guard post?
I had a good box out.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
But I'm so scrappy. I was just like, I would fluster people. Do you know what I mean? This is private school. It's not like I was guarding people that were like 6'2". Do you know what I mean? I'm 5'5". These people were like 5'10" in the post.
Oh, so
I got it.
She was the last resort. They was like, oh, if they doing this, just go here. If
let's
they doing that,
send in Big Rage. You know, that was my basketball
Big
name.
Rage.
I get it. I got
That's
you.
what they call
You don't
me.
look like a Big Rage.
But it sounds good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And starting post at 5'5".
Got it.
Big Rage.
Got it. Get Big Rage. Get down
It's all about
Get low.
confidence.
Box it out.
You didn't worry. I know you wasn't worried about the name, but
I
I'd
didn't
have been
play
worried
in
about the name.
college.
Oh, y'all call me Big Rage.
People still call me Big Rage. That's what they call me. What can I say?
I love it.
What can I say? If you feel so inclined, go ahead.
If you don't think I'm finna close the show out,
What you call it? But when you played though, as far like when you say you was a defensive player, right?
Yeah.
You was like Dennis Rodman style people, like don't
Like
even
Gary
throw me
Payton.
the ball.
No.
Oh, you was hawking. Yeah, hawking.
like Patrick Beverly.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's how we all grew up. Like,
she's-
so what's wild is people be thinking Pat Bev is like this defensive player that like grew up loving defense. They think about me too.
No.
They be thinking like, oh, they love defense. I'm like, like Patrick Beverly used to average 40.
Yeah, no.
Like Patrick Beverly, no matter when he played though, every time he scored, he wouldn't even let the ball go through the rim before he breathing on top of the ball. And you got to come get the ball now while they kicking on the stands. Yeah. It's loud, it's crazy. And he's hovering over the ball while you trying to take it out. It's like, we've been playing in your face that scrappy the whole time. So I get down with what
I have a
you're
very
saying.
similar story.
Yeah, I'm with that.
That's exactly my story. Did you know what I was going to
I don't say anything else.
40, y'all.
I'm parallel to that. Like
I'm
pressing all game.
Did you Google me before this?
Oh, bro. Brought to you by Cash App.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play in college. I had a small scholarship. I ran track. I played basketball.
Oh, you did go to hoop, though?
I didn't know. Not at UT. I played intramural. I did the intramural.
I thought you said you got
and we
scholarship.
were the champs. I did, but to a smaller D3 school.
Okay. I was like that. Well, scholarship
So I'm
is
not-
a scholarship.
I'm not-
yeah,
I'm not-
you're not like some.
From a small private
That's
school.
what I said. You're not just some. You get out there.
I got recruited because they came to see somebody else.
I know
and then
some-
they saw me and they were like, oh.
Yeah.
Sign Big Rach up.
Get Big Rach down here, man.
I couldn't get a sound effect on that.
Look, oh yeah, right. Give her a stunt button, man. Don't play her. Don't play her, man. Big Rach,
Thank
get
you.
down there, get active with you, man. As somebody who has gotten a touch into so many fields, what are your proudest moments?
I would say my proudest moments are, it's like little things. Transitioning, for one. So my legal career defined me for such a long time. And when I left it, I was like, everybody's gonna think, oh, she's just doing this because she's had a little fame from The Bachelorette and she wants to go to Hollywood. And I was so concerned with that. And it was hard for me to leave because when I left, I didn't have another job. I was doing radio, but not like a full-time thing. And so I'm proud that I was able to overcome that fear, because fear is like a common thing for me, overcome that. And then I was like, I'm just gonna see where it takes me. And as soon as I just trusted in myself, things just took off from there. So I'm really proud of that moment. And then I'm proud of things that I said I wanted for myself, manifested, that came true. Doing First Take, doing The View, getting to work for Extra and having a full-time job as a correspondent. I really wanted to work for Bill Simmons, and that's who I work for at The Ringer and Spotify. Like, I really wanted to work. I had a lot of respect for him and what he's done in the podcast world, and that's somebody I wanted to work for. And he's the one who actually came up with the idea for the podcast that I have now that I love so much, Higher Learning. So that's what I'm going to
Shout out to Bill.
That's a vibe, by the way, Higher Learning on the podcast. Just saying.
Check it out.
I like it.
Check it out.
I like it. I like what you're doing. I like it.
Rachel, we like to ask all our guests, what are you working on right now about improving yourself right now?
Oh, a lot. I'm in the middle of a divorce. I'm not going to like dive into it.
We don't need you to.
You good?
But
Welcome to the team.
I would say it's, you never plan for that, right? But it was necessary. And so I just see a lot of personal growth. Like, that's what I'm working on me right now. I'm working on being comfortable with me. I'm working on not distracting myself and trying to run away from the reality of the situation. I'm just like sitting in it and allowing myself to feel and allowing myself to work through it, because I feel like there's a lesson that comes out of everything. And I know that was the right decision. And I'm excited, fearful again, but excited to see what's on the other side of it. So I'm working on me right now. And some other stuff, and some other stuff. Like I have a lot more free time because podcast has been my main focus. So I really want to develop stuff. Like I talked about sports being a passion of mine. So I want to do something where I can merge sports and entertainment. I'm working on something to where, I can bring my two loves together.
Wow.
Oh.
For real, that was so peaceful. That was a peaceful.
I put the voice back on.
You did.
Okay.
Right. She didn't even
I ain't gonna lie.
Did I do that again?
Our last question is the Cash App Cash Out question. Who are your top 5 favorite athletes of all time?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It could be any sport.
Okay. Randy Moss,
I like where this is going.
my number one.
You're a Viking fan.
No, I was when he played.
Okay.
But I'm a Cowboys fan, diehard.
Oh, we was doing so well till you.
You could have went
guys,
without
I'm from
it, but
Dallas.
it's okay.
Listen
I'm from
to him,
Dallas.
bro.
It's all right.
But I'm not one of those like bandwagon. I'm from Dallas. I
your team.
Yeah,
they gotta be your team.
Yeah.
You
like,
just gotta
kid,
watch them lose to the Bears. It's cool.
I'm actually excited for the Bears this year. I'm not gonna jump, but like I'm excited.
I am too, but I'm not gonna jump at all.
We raw as hell.
No, but we've always had potential, and it didn't turn out well.
But this is.
You just live in Rancho Cucamonga.
No. I still watch and love the Bears, but we were terrible last year.
Do you hear the man?
We were
Go ahead with you said, Queen.
She know it. That's why she laughing, because we were.
No, we love to hear your
terrible.
This
All
man
right.
finna disrespect these Bears.
Randy Moss, Florence Griffith Joyner, Emmitt Smith, Vince Young, and I went to University of Texas, so I have to throw in a Longhorn. And who? What you
gotta
gonna say?
have some love for him, boy.
For sure.
Go ahead. No,
Shout
I
out.
understand.
But-
I understand.
I mean,
These are
I
famous.
get
I can
it.
make
No,
an
in
argument
college,
for that.
That was.
Hey, now-
You said anything. I'm not talking about professional. I'm talking about.
I know. No, I know
can make an
exactly where it
argument.
comes from. Right.
And I'm gonna say Cheryl Swoops.
Ooh, I like it. I ain't gonna lie. That Randy Moss first. Why first?
That's like my favorite football player, because when I really got into football, I was a Cowboys fan, right? But more so, I'm from Dallas. My dad, we can't help ourselves.
No, I got it. I get it.
But it was a way to connect with my dad. But when I really started understanding the sport, it was through Randy Moss. And I also hate that Dallas was supposed to have him and skipped on that. And then
We skipped on him too.
and then he
skipped on
went,
him too.
yeah, Dallas could have had him, but Jerry didn't want him.
Who'd
So they
y'all
thought he was
grab?
trouble. I don't even know who we got. I really don't even know.
I don't want to disrespect whoever they
I
grab.
don't
My
either.
bad if that did. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Damn, we
either.
had a shot too. Didn't want little Randy.
No,
Damn.
it was a problem.
He had a reputation
Yeah, he
back
was a
then. So
problem.
yeah, like nobody
to
wanted
play
to
football?
take nobody wanted to take the risk. Well, the Vikings did, and
Oh, bro, we're in the money. Brought to
Rachel,
you by
before we let
Cash
you
App.
go, is there anything you want to promote and let the people know where they can follow you in your career?
yes, Higher Learning episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday. Also, I do a podcast called Morally Corrupt. It's all things Bravo. So if you're a Housewives fan, in any of the franchises, Vanderpump Rules, all of that, The Valley, you can check that out. Yeah, that's all I'm promoting
Y'all
right
be
now.
on there stirring the pot, don't you?
No, we're not messy. Isn't that what you said?
I love it. I love it. She's learning how to trust it, John. No, I was going. What's your handle?
Oh, on all social media at the Rach Lindsay, all of them, TikTok, Twitter.
So the big
Instagram.
Rach, you just made that up.
So I was actually Big Rach on Instagram.
No way. No way. You went away.
I was at Big Rach _. And when I came off The Bachelorette, my team was like, you need to have your name in it.
It was
So
like,
I had to
you
let
are
go of Big-
ghetto. That's what they told her.
I had to let go of Big
You are
Rach.
ghetto.
You have to put
Change
your name. In. They came in
Use
there
the
like
name that your parents gave you.
Yeah,
So now,
gotta use
you
that
know.
government.
I just got to tell people, Big Rach.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, you do.
One time for Big Rach. As always, thank you for rocking with us on Iman Amongst Men, powered by Cash App. I'm Iman Shumpert.
And I'm Ari Shumpert.
Thanks to our guest, Rachel Lindsay, a.k.a. Big Ray.
Thank you for having me.
Big Ray.
Big Ray.
Big Ray.
That's exactly how you say it, too.
Big Ray.
Big, look.
Coming at the game, right? Big Ray.
Big Ray. That's her signature move. Big rate. Make sure you rate 5 stars, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast.
And to watch the full video episodes, you're going to search Iman Amongst Men on YouTube and click subscribe.
And until next time, y'all, we are gone. It pays to get paid on Cash App. Saving doesn't mean letting your money sit and collect dust. Deposit your paycheck at Cash App and you can be earning one of the best interest rates in the game at no cost. All right, what are your favorite things in life that come at no cost?
You mean besides up to 4.5% interest on Cash App? Probably laughing about dumb we did when we were kids.
Yeah, like the time grandmother had to whip your Talking back.
Yeah, and the time she whooped your the same night, but with no pants.
Man, yeah, I was hoping we could just forget about that.
Nah, I'll be telling your grandkids about that one.
Deposit your paycheck on Cash App and know you're not paying a cent to watch your money grow. That's money, and that's Cash App. Download Cash App from the App Store or Google Play Store today. Cash App is a financial platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. To earn the highest interest rate on Cash App savings balance, you need to be 18 or older, have a Cash App card, and direct deposit at least $300 monthly into Cash App. Cash App will pass through the portion of the interest in your savings balance held in an account for the benefit of Cash App customers at Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.